Hello, this is HellAshes, but you probably already knew that since you're watching this video on my YouTube account. Duh. So a couple weeks ago, I got Sonic Unleashed, the game that I've been waiting for a very, very long time, probably 5-6 months or more. And I must say, I love it a lot. I probably have over 30 hours playing the game, trying to get everything, get S ranks on every stage, etc., etc. I love playing it, very fun. What I'm going to talk about now is the reviews that I've read and seen on the game. Just 2 words I gotta say about them. They are horrific. That's 3 words, but whatever. Over half of the ones I've seen don't even talk about the game's flaws in any way. The review was just, this game is bad, don't buy it. Okay, my review is done. They didn't discuss what was wrong with it, they didn't tell what parts of the game were good, what parts of the game were bad. Just a big fat, this sucks. What does that even tell you about the reviewers? It's just showing that they probably didn't even put too much time into the game to actually tell you useful information about it. Now let's talk about the reviews that actually had something in them. Most of their info was useless shit pulled out of their asses. IGN's review was terrible. I didn't understand half the stuff they were talking about. Bad button response? Unless I got the golden disc that had every perfect thing on it, nothing was wrong with the game, I rarely ever got a bad button response. The only thing remotely close to that happening in the game, I would have to say, are the ring dashes along the ground. Sonic's will sometimes just go through half of the rings and then follow through in the path still, but not getting all the rings. No big deal, you're still going through the stage, you didn't die, you have to start over, you're fine. The big thing IGN talked about that ruined the game for them was the werehog stages. According to them, the stages were horrifically designed and the platforming was terrible. Let's stop right there. Platforming is terrible? I've been playing the latest Prince of Persia. This game is really fun, I love playing it, and I've noticed the platforming in it is identical to the platforming in Sonic Unleashed, with just a different environment. I mean, you have the pole to climb, you're hanging on walls, you're swinging along things, jumping like through the air in high areas. It's the exact same thing. Prince of Persia, with its great platforming and visuals, got a 9.3 out of 10 by IGN. That's a very good rating. The game's a lot of fun. Sonic Unleashed, having the same platforming, got its rating pulled down all the way to a 4.5 by that same platforming. What the fuck is that about? It's like showing it right there that the 3D Sonic games have biased reviews. It's a 3D Sonic game, it has to be bad. That's the law of review land. Blah 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 blah. I just think game critics are stuck in their little nostalgic land, thinking that Sonic games can only be good in 2D. The beginning of the IGN review even says, I remember playing original Sonic games all the time as a kid on Genesis. They were so much fun. Well, here's the reality. It's a different game. Oh my god, shocker there. It's gonna have different mechanics. It's gonna have new additions to it. You think the Mario Galaxy is the same as the original Mario and NES? Fuck no. You're in space, new things to collect, you have the Wii remote to do things, different types of platforming. It's a different game. But back to Unleashed though, here's my biggest beef with it. The final boss. I'm going to assume that IGN didn't finish the game because they didn't even mention how bad the final boss was. But they love to find bad things about games they review about. And this was the worst part of the game, wasn't even mentioned. So, I mean, the final boss, it's slow, it's boring, there's loading screens in the middle of it, which, you shouldn't have that. It should be nice flow, nice and smoothly. And the worst part, it was tediously hard. There was much too much difficulty in that. It was not fun at all. This is the only thing about the game that really made me not like playing it. I didn't want to finish the game. I wanted to keep doing other stuff and not do the final boss. It really felt like I was reminiscent of Sonic 2006. But that aside, a lot of you will say, you're only saying this because you're a Sonic fan, and you don't want the game to get bad reviews. Why should you care what other people think anyways? Well, let's start with that second question. The reason I'm caring about these reviews is because a lot of people are telling me they don't want to risk buying or even renting the game because of these reviews. A lot of people even come to me confused, wondering why I like the game so much when these reviews talk about how bad the game is. My answer is, it's a great game. That's it. I mean, let's face it though, the older games are terrible. Sonic Heroes or Riders, whatever, I guess, the latest 2006, they all sucked hardcore. They were terrible games. I never played them. I only played them for a little bit because they were Sonic games, that's it. We all know that, but this is different. Sonic Unleashed is a completely different step, way ahead of those other games. The reason I'm playing it so much is because it's so much fun. The fact that it's Sonic is just icing on the cake. I probably put a grand total of, I don't know, like 5 hours into Sonic 2006. I haven't played it since summer. And as I've said before, I put over 30 to 40 hours into Sonic Unleashed. That's a big difference between those two games when they both have the same review on IGN. Alright, so I'll wrap this up. I have one little thing to say to everybody. Rent the game. Give it a chance. If you don't like it, send it back. If you like it, keep on playing it. A lot of fun. That's it. See y'all later.